And we're back. Your gelato, what is that? It looks delicious. I don't know what it is though. It doesn't. Well, it tastes pretty delicious too, and it's cool to the touch too, and oh, it's red. Does the color affect the flavor? Rune, why are you both spoiling your appetites before supper? They were enjoying a pair of popsicles they procured from a vendor we encountered on our way down a stone-paved street. With a few gallows to spare, Selphine bought herself a custard popsicle and... A custard popsicle? Okay. And Rune a strawberry popsicle. Oh, you better not be trying to call me now. You just go away. Because we're hungry now, Artana. Indeed. I just hope there are places to eat around here. Now that you're done snacking, let us locate a real restaurant. Good call, I'm still starving for real food. What did you two have in mind? Someplace that serves something piping hot and cooked. Well, if that's your only preference, then... Rune is still a mystery to me. What's more mysterious is that I've become relaxed around her. It's uncharacteristic of me, even. We spent the whole day with her, but I still haven't detected even the slightest trace of malice from her. Oh, I dropped my popsicle. Is the suspicious clumsiness of hers all an act? I don't want to believe it is. I don't want to even think anyone would ever go that far. And I couldn't help it. Is everything okay, Mr. Tony? You look troubled. Oh, it's nothing, but forgive me. Forgive you? What's there to forgive, Mr. Tony? Solicitor, oh. Well, good evening, ladies. The solicitor cut our conversation short with his greeting. There's a great discount going on all week down at Avel's Tavern. Drop by and give the grub a go. You just walk around in the middle of the night and, like, walk up to people. Avel's Tavern, huh? Yep, Avel's Tavern is located near the edge of the city and has always been a local favorite here in Cadia. A tavern, if memory serves right, that's an antiquated term for lounge. That's right, Missy, and we've got a brand new brew to boot. We've got a promotion on to celebrate 30% off everything on the menu. Did you hear that, Rotona? 30% off everything. 30%. That's an alluring incentive. Never thought I'd hear Selphine's voice reach an ecstatic volume over the prospect of practicing frugality. Oh, well, it may be enticing to leap on that. It's not a prerogative that our funds remain whole. We wouldn't be able to afford a single sentiment stone in any case, so we would like to at least treat you to a more reputable establishment, Rune. That's awful kind of you, Mr. Tone. I guess we could go somewhere else. If you ladies ever change your mind, please take this. The solicitor handed Rune a scrap of paper. For those beautiful ladies out there, present this to your server to receive an additional 20% off everything on the menu. Well, let's go to the tavern. But we cannot compromise quality over cost, even if everything is 50% off. How could Selphine ever contemplate the joy the cheap eats when she only knew the finest things growing up? Food may be foreign, but I don't remember you ever acting this excited when you were younger. Oh, Mr. Tony, you sound like your mother when you say stuff like that. Let's go to the tavern. Miss Selphine sounds like she's dying to get going. Would you at least like to check out the establishment before deciding? I can take you to there. I suppose a peek wouldn't hurt. I'm tired of trying to figure out the cause of Selphine's excitement anyway. Whatever can help keep her off Rugs and Hide is welcome to me. Or mind off Rugs and Hide. I don't like this part of the music. Rune led us down a narrow road to a street lined with dark, dilapidated, and dreary buildings. It was a far cry from the clean central district we traversed earlier. The shadows around every corner provided effective cover for opportunistic thieves. I wouldn't want to enter any alleyways or narrow roads along this street. Can't help but shake this feeling of danger in this damp and unsettling atmosphere. This part of town sure feels pretty interesting. I'll say Miss Selphine's got its own personality, that's for sure. Rune proceeded to walk out ahead of us. Are you absolutely certain that you want to have supper in a tavern on this seedy of a street? What's seedy about it? What isn't seedy? Don't you feel the danger that's lurking around every corner and alleyway? I had no idea you felt that way, Rotona. Personally, so long as I'm with you, I've got nothing to fear. Well, what's wrong with Rotona? It's nothing. I just thought it may be helpful to you. Yeah, helpful for you to exercise some caution as well. Since they don't have any of these rocks, could she even, like, make her sword if they got attacked? We'll be fine, you worrywart. Do you really think Rune would take us somewhere dangerous? Besides, I have you here to defend me, my royal guardian, and we'll be safe and sound with your skills. Silly Selfian. After another 10 minutes along that disquieting street, we reach our destination, an illogically large building. We're here now. This is the one and only Evil's Tavern. Rune went inside before us, and we followed slowly. My Rotona, look at that, Rotona. It's ginormous, yeah, and there's no floor. It's just dirt. And there's literally a tree growing in it. Effective words aside, I must concur. I was awestruck. Evil's Tavern. Well, one of the three most memorable features, maybe the sheer size of the building. Fragrance of meats cooking over charcoal and the perfume of smoldering wood chips may contend for a close second or third. Hey, Rotona, what's all this stuff on the floor? You mean dirt? Selfie squatted down and inched her head near the floor for a closer look at the material we stood on. The floor was caked in a thick layer of sawdust. Oh, is that what it is? With innumerable walnut shells scattered about the entire floor of the tavern. Oh, okay. I couldn't identify the original flooring under the sawdust. I don't remember sawdust being that dark or brown. Hey, look over there. That's pretty big, right? Rune jabbed her finger out, pointing towards the center of the room. Big? Gargantuan, more like. The interior of the tavern was immense, to say the least. It was 3 stories tall and featured a circumferential view of the ground floor like the audience seats of ancient arenas. In the center of the tavern stood a giant living tree with a spiral staircase leading up to the 3rd floor was built around. Clearly the tree was the main focal point during the cavern's designing stage. I just have to ask, Rune, that tree's real, right? On closer inspection, the giant tree shot well beyond the ceiling of the 3rd floor, leading me to presume that the tree's canopy is acting as the tavern's roof. My presumption is supported by the moonlight shining through the many gaps in the tree's canopy. It is indeed. In fact, this tree was always meant to be the heart of Evil's Tavern, even through the entire construction phase. It's incredible, Rune. I'm actually at a loss for words right now. Isn't it incredible, Rotona? I'm curious as to how everything underneath the canopy manages to remain dry during a rainstorm. The walls were lined with cask of ale and brew, all stacked atop each other. If they were ever to stack them all in a single column, it'd shoot straight out of the tree canopy. Do those walls of casks serve a purpose or something? I'm at an utter loss. Nothing in this tavern makes sense, to me at least. You could say that it's one of Cadia's main attractions. Those casks aren't just for decoration, they're here to be filled and sold. You see, Evil's Tavern is responsible for 60% of all alcohol production in Sector 3. So Evil's is a brewery. Yes, those... Oh man, this music is so ballin'. Yes, those walls of casks separate the brewery from the tavern, keeping everything nice and neat. Interesting. Brewery, huh? Listen up, my fellow drunkards. My voice shot out from above, resounding throughout the entire tavern. For the first time since we entered, Evil's was dead silent. Looking upwards, I saw a man leaning against the railing on the spiral staircase near the platform to the 2nd floor, his glass raised. I got canned from the good old grind today, and good riddance. I'll never have to look at the boss man's ugly mug ever again. Hertzwan, man, that's a cool name. This calls for a celebration, my fellows. Drinks all around. Good old Hertzwan's gonna put a drink in all your glasses. The joyous commotion that filled the room following the gentleman's offer was unbearably loud. Oh, wait a second, ain't the boss man he's talking about his old man? That's my old man, alright, and boy does he have one ugly mug. How many times has it been now, Hertzwan? I bet 100 gallows you're gonna go running home tomorrow or the day after. Bite me, buddy, there's no way I'm gonna go back to look at that old Coots ugly mug. I don't care what you do, Hertzy, the more you leave work, the more free booze we get. No problem, I'll get you some more booze, but I'm gonna need a job first. Hold on just a bloody second here. How the hell are you gonna be paying for all the booze if you've been let go? Put it on my tab like you always do, you cranky old bastard. I know, I'll be your new dishwasher for the next month. That's the spirit, Hertzy. You're one hell of a generous gent. You bet your pretty little face I am, Missy. You're quite the looker. Actually, why don't you marry? Oh, okay. Heck no, Hertzy. The gentleman found himself in the middle of a hysterical storm at his own expense, of course. Ah, to heck with marriage. Bottoms up, everyone. Why does he enjoy overstressing everything he says, but his hearty shout inspired everyone in the room, of age or underage, to drink to his misery. Evil's Tavern really is overwhelming. I did mention that before, didn't I? The crowd here can be a little restless, so this sort of restaurant doesn't sit well with you two, then? Agreed. I'm already accustomed to the hustle and bustle of this tavern, but I don't know how receptive Selphine is to this display of crassness. I'd rather be on the safe side and find a quieter place to eat. I love it. You do? Uh-oh. Selphine's got that spectacular sparkle in her eye again. Artona, can we please eat here? I love how unique and fun the people of this tavern are. Ugh. But if anything were to happen to you here, Waiter, Mr. Waiter, could we please have a table for 3? Selphine was ushered off by a waiter in the blink of an eye. Sure thing, Missy. I've got my hands full at the moment, so feel free to seat yourself at an open table or something. Okay, mister. Wait. Wait, so we're gonna eat here then? Are you sure, Miss Selphine? Absolutely. The royals of Roogs and Hyde always had a thing for lively parties. They were renowned for it, in fact. A moment, if anything happens to you while we're here, what will you have me do? I urgently whispered my concern into Selphine's ears. We'll be fine here, Artona. I mean, who would ever want to wreck a mood as merry as this? Anyone could ruin the mood. You know me, Artona, I love cheery crowds and festive atmospheres. Just relax. King Valar's rosy red apple doesn't fall very far from the royal tree. He didn't enjoy distinguishing himself from the people he ruled over either. He loved his people and the people him. King Valar's, how do you pronounce that? Love was always evident. He constantly acted and appeared affectionate towards his people. However genuine King Valar's feelings were, it may very well have been a face he wore in public. Royalty must always stand atop a pedestal hoisted by their ever-loyal and loving subjects. The leader of a kingdom is no different. Without a charismatic leader to guide them, Roogs and Hyde may never have lasted as long as it did. Apparently this division between royalty and subject troubled King Valar very much during his youth. I wonder how long it took him to realize that his role as the future King Roogs and Hyde was more important than being loved by his subjects. I wonder if Selphine will ever encounter this on her way to becoming queen as well. Should I caution her? Turned my head slightly to glance at Selphine, wondering whether or not I should tell her. Selphine stuffed her mouth with walnuts, looking happy but also undignified. A ton of these are delicious. Oh, okay, it has a nice translation on the side. Try some. Stop spoiling your appetite on the complimentary walnuts. A hamster, she's behaving just like a hamster. How could she be enjoying plain unsalted walnuts? I don't think I've ever seen her appear so pleased, though. That's certainly a welcome change. Why does it have to be over walnuts? I can tell you're really enjoying those walnuts, Miss Selphine. Rune showers Selphine with praise. These walnuts are just too delish. Ugh, delish. Selphine smiled through the walnuts protruding from within the walls of her cheeks. Don't worry about the shells either. You can brush those off the table and onto the floor. You mean it? That's so unique. So wait, all these chunks on the floor are walnut shells. Hey, Artona, all the chunks on the floor are actually walnut shells. Forget it. She's enjoying herself, and that's all that matters. Gosh, it's been ages since I visited Evil's. Did you used to come here more often? Nope, I only came here once before. You did you? I can believe it. I'm not sure if Ivil's Tavern is really your kind of place either, Rune. It certainly isn't my ideal dining establishment. It's not? You really think so? Do you know any girls our age who would ever think of eating here alone? Oh, well, I don't really. You might be right, Miss Artona. Hey, do you two think it's okay if we start ordering food? I'm not sure how they order food here. Oh, point taken. No, it's simple. Take a look at that menu. Everything's listed there and has a description of every item. Rune handed me a thick booklet that was placed near the edge of our table. Well, it's so thick, I wonder what kind of food they serve here. These drawings are pretty impressive. Boy, the menu featured a few drawings representing some of their signature dishes. How these pieces were drawn is a mystery to me. I can't tell if these are drawn with watercolor or lead. The lead's so difficult of a material to synthesize without a viable monostream. Is it? How'd they make them so realistic without Manacraft? How'd they perfect these pictures so? There's just something about these pictures that cannot be achieved by the human hand alone. Now, those aren't drawings, Mr. Toner. Those are what we Acadians call photographs. Photographs? Yes, photographs. Is it okay to assume that you don't have menus with photographs where you two are from? Yes. The menu all restaurants in Roogs and Hyde employed was in the form of Comcraft with the wait staff. Before you reach the table, the host would use Comcraft to inform all customers of all ingredients available. including the dishes using the freshest ingredients of the day. This menu isn't optimized for instantaneous comprehension. I suppose this is what the people of the Outer Pole do without the convenience of mana. So yeah, we have something similar to this where we're from. Most of the restaurants have their menus hung above the service window leading into the kitchen. That's how it used to be before the advent of Cone. It was before my time, though. Wow, the subtle difference between our culture is pretty interesting. So your restaurants use signboards instead of these menus, huh? I guess so. I guess it's a cultural difference. I suppose I'd better see what looks appetizing, and hairs on my neck stood from the uncomfortable aura emanating from the seat to my left. When did such a serious scowl creep up on her face? Her eyes are entirely affixed on the menu in her hands, but why the scowl? By Varrock, I understand now. I've seen that exact stare before, but from King Villar, those all-seeing, all-knowing, soul-piercing eyes of the royals of Rugenhide. She finally awoken to the path down Monocraft. That would be the only logical conclusion, but why now? Why here? What's the matter? Selphine turned her head, and I could feel the pressure from her piercing gaze. Selphine, is something the matter? Are you feeling ill? Ratona, Rune? Yes? I have something to admit. I can't read this menu. That was the other logical conclusion I didn't bother to consider. We've relied countlessly on Rune to be able to get around town, but it's obvious that we forgot our illiteracy in the script of Cadia, I bet. Eratum only translates spoken languages, it doesn't extend to written communication. Selphie? Yes? If you had a question about the menu, I could have read it out loud for you, okay? So there's no need for that scary scowl again. Oh, okay, thank you, Rune. I don't think Selphine's even aware of the impression her scary scowl left on Rune. Tears are running down her flushed, pallid features. Can I get everything? You may not. But everything looks so good on the menu, I don't want to pick just one thing. And that's grounds for gluttony. Like corpulence, I don't know what that means. Don't be so dramatic, Ratona. I won't blow up from just a little bit of everything. That's no excuse to knowingly indulge in excess. And I still really like this music. It just fits this place so nicely. But Ratona, take a look for yourself. Can you really deny yourself all these tasty morsels? As tasty as they may appear, there's just no way that we can finish everything on the menu between us three. Actually, they do have the option to get everything in a sampler size portion. Everything on the menu is determined by your preferred serving size, so the sampler size will allow you to try more things, but in a single bite servings. Then I'll go with one of everything in the sampler size. And do they serve anything simple and easy on the stomach? Something that's easy on the stomach? Well, if you're thinking of something along the lines of bread, I don't think they have that. They do have soup, though. I'll take the soup, then. A line of servers brought each and every single dish on the menu to our table. Wow, everything here looks better than the menu. Although Selphine selected the sampler size, all the bite-sized morsels certainly took up the entire table. Sampler size or not, that's still a lot of food for one person. I doubt you can finish this all. This is so yummy. Do not talk with your mouth full. Relax, Ratona, let me express my enjoyment when I'm eating, please. Selphine's class and grace gave way to her wanton desires in a way I can only describe as inebriated. I just can't get enough of the two of you. Serious question, are you both a pair of traveling entertainers? Entertainers? We are no entertainers, Rune. Oh, Mr. Tony, are you sure a bowl of soup is all you want? Are you sure you don't want to eat a little more? Yes, I am. Thank you, Rune. I was only hoping to eat a light meal tonight. I'm not sure if this is also a side effect of Vectacraft, but I don't have much of an appetite. Eat something, Ratona. If you don't, you won't have any energy. I realize that. Whoops. Hit my mic. Honestly, I can't help but shake this lack of sensation. I don't feel sick or unwell right now, but I feel this impalpable malaise like a sickness that doesn't fully manifest until the symptoms do. A sickness that brings you down to your knees. I just remembered something. They've got a... Oh, there's no trading card. I got a brand new... Yeah. They've got a brand new brew right now. Why don't we try it out? The brew... How well do you handle alcohol, Mr. Tona? That's a good question you just asked, Rune. Tony here, she can put men twice her size to shame. If they drink beer, she'll drink scotch. If they drink from a mug, she'll drink and smash her pitcher. I quickly covered Selphine's mouth before she said anything more incriminating. Don't share more than necessary. Wow, Mr. Tony, you can really put just about anything to shame, can't you? Of course, not much of a drinker, really. Lies, you are an aficionado of alcohol, Ratona, an artisan of ales. Sylvian escaped my grasp and began singing praises about my penchant for an occasional drink. Please lower your voice. Well, we have our answer then. Let's get 3 of the new brew. As I say at Ivel's, a hearty brew and hot ale will make the miserable merry. Let's make you merry, Mr. Tona. There's nothing a little alcohol from Ivel's can't fix. Besides, it's always fun to drink with good company. I've always wanted company to drink with, too. Ugh. Do I dare take to the drink during the performance of my duties? Excuse me, Mr. Waiter, could we have 2 mugs of the new brew? Are you not drinking? Were you not the one who suggested that we all drink? You're sly, very sly. And I'll get a pomegranate juice. Sure thing, missy. Within 10 seconds of returning to the bar, the waiter filled a large glass pitcher with a mysterious brew and a glass of pomegranate juice and returned to our table. So we're starting off the evening with a few brews already, missies. That's a first for me. The new brews tend to sell out pretty fast, but I guess we did come in a little earlier than most people. We better drink this before we decide to order any more. That's right, missy. That brew there is nice and ice cold now. It's all thanks to the new freezer unit we just received recently. Awesome, I say we toast to our new friendship. Agreed. We raised our glasses and clinked one another's. That's delicious. I would even say robust. There were few brewmasters in Rugenheid who could make an ale so alluring to my palate. Color me surprised. I'm so glad you like it, Mr. Tona. This is the first time I think this is the first time I've seen you look so happy and relaxed all day. Is it? Have I appeared so austere? What? All day? I don't know what that means. I'll say you've been acting so serious since this morning. I was unaware of this. Well, I mean, you're kind of in an unknown place. I mean, like, why wouldn't you be like that? I felt nothing else except the weight of exhaustion wear on me. That was so yummy. Ditto. For some reason I have more of an appetite than I thought I did before. Is this ale enchanted? Now that we're finished here, let's pay and be on our way. What the? It sounded like glassware being shattered and it came from within the tavern. What's going on over there? Do not move from this table. Stay here and wait for me to return. I leapt from my seat and dashed towards the source of the shattering glass. Well, I guess we'll be able to see if the sword can appear. Giant. Better put your money where your mouth is. A man keeps his word till the end, don't he? Now it's this guy again. A real man can pay for his own damn drink after mooching off a happy bastard's charity is what I say. It's that Hertzswan guy from earlier, and he's quarreling with another man that's at least twice his size. You're gonna have to say that again to my face this time. That giant uses bare fists simultaneously to rend a rupture and splint an entire wooden table in 2. And that man broke a table in half. That's subject. Both of you stay away. I've been dying to try this body of mine out on a living, breathing man. What? What is he doing now? The giant turned to the wall covered by casks of ale and picked one cask up with a single heave of his hand. And he walked towards Hertzswan. Hey, take it easy now, take it easy, I say. The giant lifted the cask, which is about as big as his own body, and held it above his head. Is that cask full? Cask full? Whoops, I accidentally... It was loud, I don't know why that was loud. It was an odd display to witness. The onlookers who were screaming at the top of their lungs earlier were suddenly silenced by the treading giant. Are you really gonna kill me over your stupid drink, or are you gonna smash that damn cask over my head over one stupid drink? Indeed I will. I'm gonna shut your filthy pie hole with this cask here. Hold it. What the hell are you two doing? Shut up. Well, he shouted at Ivel's proprietor. He used his other hand to throw the stool in front of him. He sent the wood stool flying in a straight uniform line. Patrons scattered to avoid the incoming stool, which eventually made contact with the wall, striking it with enough force to penetrate the wall itself. Piss off, you're not dying for an early grave. Ratona? Give me some time. Monolines around this vicinity are too sparse and dry to siphon mana from Damon. Alright, well I guess you can't then. I'll have to siphon my own. Oh, okay. Just need a little more time. I initiate the division of a set amount of purified mana to be transformed into equal volumes of Pyro and Terra mana. Okay, that was a lot of words to say that. proportional division, incantation interval, equilibrium, Terramana, Pyromana, materialization, blade tempering, and reinforcement. Well, I ain't ready to kick the can yet. Think about what you're doing for a second, you big idiot. I have my Transidian. I leapt upwards. Please let me at least be able to save this fool from his demise. I prayed to reach him in time, but reap what you sow, boy. Let's see you use your filthy mouth after you kiss the cask. Shadows shot out from the side of my eye. For a moment I couldn't tell exactly what happened. Hertzwan had vanished from my vision. In his place was Rune. Rune's body managed from the mangled from the impact of the ale-filled cast. This doesn't look like that filthy mouth man. Why, you infernal, idiotic imbecile. I used a nearby table to propel myself into the air. That guy, he doesn't look like a giant to me. I mean, he looks pretty tough, but I don't know if I'd say giant. And with every ounce of my body, I swung my Transidian sword downwards onto the giant. The Transidian sword met little resistance. My execution was effortless. I cut the cask clean in two halves from the midsection, spilling the ale over the giant and the floor beneath him. The giant lost his balance, tripped over the spilled towel, and fell squarely on his rear. What did you do to me, you filth... What is that? His eyes were fixated on the almost ethereal, ghost-like object that was pointed directly at his throat. Is that an invisible sword? This is of little significance, but know that this sword of mine can cut through even steel. By that extension, if I were to lop your head off right now, it would be akin to slicing through a block of butter, one knob per stroke. I'm not in the mood to repeat myself, so listen well. Do not move. You stupid bitch, who do you think? The giant grit his teeth and spit vitriol, but knew that I held his fate within my very hands. Although he would never acknowledge it aloud, his uncontrollable shaking from under my boots said all I wanted to hear. Rune. How is she? How's Rune? Oh, no, I need to think of a response, something natural. Ow. Rune, are you okay? I'll get you treated in a jiffy, so just wait here. Wait, how can this be? I'm sorry, Miss Selphine, but I'm fine, really. I just tripped over myself, you know. You tripped over yourself? What's the matter? There's not a single mark on Rune. Come again. Are you certain that you weren't hurt anywhere, Rune? Rune rose and stood on her 2 feet without a single scratch on her in sight. I'm okay, Mr. Tona, trust me. I really just tripped over myself. There's no way she could have walked away from that. I'm serious. I'm totally fine, Mr. Tona. I mean, just look at me. Hey, you three out there, missies, may I have a word? You saved my neck back there. I would have been halfway up on the heavenly hearse by now if it weren't for you. Please, I didn't do anything. If there's someone you should thank, then thank Rune over there. Me? Why me? I didn't do anything either. I was just nearby when I tripped and accidentally pushed this gentleman out of the way. Does Rune honestly expect me to believe that? You look awfully familiar, Missy. Hertzwan took several glances at Rune. That can't be right. The new brew must be getting to my head now. Forget I mentioned anything. In any case, I owe you Missy's my life. If at all possible, I'd like to return the favor somehow. Would you at least grant me the pleasure? That's not necessary, sir. Seriously, a gesture's enough. Wait just a moment, sir. What's that say on your shirt? Growly's apparel? That's right, Missy. The name's Hertzwan Crowley. What a weird name. I'm the second-generation owner of Growly's apparel. I suppose you are. Well, in that case, this works out perfectly for us. How so, Missy? Well, Mr. Hertzwan? Rune explained our predicament to Hertzwan. So my friends here need some less eye-catching apparel. If they could get a new set of clothes, they'd be totally set. That's all you need from me. Well, look no further. Leave it to old Hertzwan. I'll tailor you both up nice outfits better than my old man ever could. Follow me to my humble establishment. Wait, we're going over there now? Not like repaying my debts while the night's still young, Missy. Aren't you, like, wasted? Besides, the longer you two go without normal clothes, the worse off you both are, no? In a matter of speaking. How was he going to tailor new attires for us when he's still drunk? I'm in the mood for tailoring tonight. I don't even care why I'm doing it right now. Who knows, I might start second-guessing myself when I'm sober in the morning, and I'm telling you right now, I'll be driving myself batty wondering why I'm even working. May you stay inebriated, then. You mean it? You're really gonna tailor new clothes to fit us tonight? You betcha. I owe you all my life. Tailoring new gowns, the least I can do for my saviors. Do those count as normal? They're still pretty, like, eye-catching. They're really still, like, eye-catching. Rotona, looky. The fabric feels so nice in the skin. Oh, it's not really all that different. Oh, you two look great. They still stick out. Of course, it's great. Who the hell do you think I am? Oh, Mike, please. I'll say I'm still speechless. Hertzwan really tailored attires made from fine fabrics for us. I tailored them to be as plain and simple as possible, but I used the finest silk fabrics I could find, so they might glimmer and shimmer more than you were hoping. Hertzwan stole several glances at Selphine, clearly taken aback by the quality of his craft. Well, the silk fabric is so soft and smooth. You grace the fabrics themselves, Selphine. You were born to the most beautiful and brilliant couple of all Drugs and Hyde. You're only ever at your best when you're wearing the finest things that life has to offer. If anyone would dare say otherwise, I would personally see to their silence. Excuse me, Mr. Tona, was it? Yes, Mr. Hertzwan? How do you like your outfit? I can't say it's the most original color palette I've ever tailored up. Black on black with a shade of gray. I know you both need to operate incognito, but I feel the color combination doesn't do your beauty any favors. A little snip here and a bright seam there will go a long way. Thank you, but I'm content with this attire. Black clothing has a tendency to better siphon mana from mana streams. What? Why? Okay, that's weird. Once siphoned into the clothing, the mana crafter may better utilize mana dowsing in order to ascertain the volume of surrounding mana. That is very weird, isn't it? In a duel of battlecraft, the mana crafter with the darker clothing will always have the advantage. Okay. They'll know where to douse for mana should their supplies ever be depleted mid-duel. As absurd as it may sound, the attire of a mana crafter will make or break them in a duel that calls for it. I can't say I've met a pair as peculiar as you two before. Nobody's considered cloaks fashionable for at least 30 years. You think so, Mr. Heartswan? I think the cloaks look lovely on them. Well, I suppose I could agree with you there. In fact, that might actually be helpful to know. I think I like it. I just need a lovely pair of girls to model them for me first. Now I can see the potential. Potential for what? Potential for a comeback, my dear. Trends are ever moving in the world of fashion. Folks see you beautiful girls waltzing around with those cloaks. It's sure to set a new fashion trend, a revival for a vintage look in this case. I suppose that is one possibility. I haven't felt so fulfilled by my work in the longest time. Thank you for rekindling my passion. No, Mr. Hertzwan, thank you. Anytime. I'm grateful for your assistance, but weren't you celebrating your severance from this store? Was it alright for you to raid your former employer? No, don't you worry about that. Whatever my old man says, he says in the heat of the moment. It never sticks, and I've learned to let it go. What happened this time around? You said something so absurd it made me second-guess what I actually heard. It's not something you'd ever say to anyone, much less your own son. Family business, huh? Been there, done that, but moving on was never easy. What did he say to you? He told me not to drink while I'm on the job. I second the sentiment of your wise father. And your father is absolutely correct. I was busy tailoring suits and gowns for a close friend's wedding. Could you blame me for making merry over a joyous occasion? It still doesn't warrant drinking on the job. Hey, Ertzi, how you doing, huh? The big bastard didn't mess you up too bad, did he? Oh, no, he didn't. Sorry, but could you all excuse me for just a moment? Hertzwan made his way through us and began conversing with the gentleman and his female companion. Hey, Rotona, the silk sure flows smooth along the skin. Indeed. That must be the engaged couple that Mr. Hertzwan was talking about. They look so happy together. Hertzwan was spared no expense and used the finest silk fabrics in his store to repay his gratitude to us. The qualities of these garments may even surpass the woven materials of my Royal Guardian attire. I wonder how much 2 outfits of this quality would have cost us if we had paid for them out of our pockets. What's the meaning behind that awkward laugh? Well, I snuck a peek at the prices for the fabrics Mr. Hertzwan used by the foot. Oh, and what's the total, if you don't mind me asking? Well, I think it's better if you don't ask. I really think it's better that you don't know. Was a total about as high as a Class 3 sediment stone? What kind of clientele is Hertz one tailor and clothes for? Sorry about that, missies. It's no problem. Was that a friend? In a way, he's a drinking buddy I only ever met at Ivil's Tavern. He was there earlier tonight, too. Hertzy-han, I heard you picked a fight with someone at Ivil's tonight. Is that true? Did I pick a fight? Did I ever pick a fight, my dear? Hertzy-han, don't do that again. You worry me half to death. You don't have to worry about me. Hertz-one passed by us once more and began conversing with a lady this time. Well, if you say so, Hertzy-han. Oh, that sounds so dumb. Don't make that face, my dear. Let's hit up Ivil's next time, just the two of us. What do you say? Heck no. Heck no. Well, if it's just the two of us, I can make an exception. Really, then feel free to stop by any time and we'll go for a drink then. The lady left Hertz-one's company after the last word. Sorry about that again. You sure are a popular person, Mr. Hertz-one. I can assure you I didn't become popular by choice. We're the only tailors in all of Cadia, and when you've been in my line of work this long, the impassable boundary between ourselves and the client vanishes real quick. Hertz-one swirled a mixture of spirits in a small glass before inhaling them. Mr. Hertz-one, have you not had enough to drink for one night? We wouldn't want you to awaken with a hangover. Hangover, smangover, it's all part of the job. And it just so happens to be a habit of mine to drink myself into a stupor, especially after a hard day's work. So what you're saying is that inebriation and excess is all a part of the job? You betcha, missy. Every town's gotta have a memorable class act. Katie is no different, you know what I mean? I'm not sure I follow you, Mr. Hertz-one. Cadia might be a friendly fledgling city, but it's full of physically and spiritually exhausted folk. On the outer pole, you can expect to have a constant shortage of mana and non-existent mana streams. It's a fact of life that we've all come to expect. And we get exhausted hearing news about mana-borne illnesses or mysteriously vanishing mana streams day after day. Mana streams vanishing from the outer pole, though? I thought it hadn't occurred to me until now. If I recall, I think I heard something about that the other day. It's very disconcerting news to all outer pole inhabitants. That's just how it is. That's why we need a class act around Cadia to keep all that's left of our happiness and laughter alive. I don't mind being that class act as long as a drunk tailor can keep people laughing. Mr. Hertz-one? Yeah. I think I really believe that you are the class act that Cadia needs. I ain't nowhere near a true class act. I'm still the drunk village idiot of Cadia as far as I'm concerned. Hertz-one tilted his head upward proudly as he spoke. Anyway. We'll always have a true class act thing to these clothes. Alright, well, I guess we're staying here for the night, and that's where I'm going to end it for tonight. So, thank you for watching, and goodbye.